Yes.
Yes.
Ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so today we are going into a new topic, chapter 9. Chapter 9, which is heat. Okay? So today we are going into we try to go until 9.2 for today's lesson. So for subtopic 9.1, it is relationship between temperature and heat. Who thinks temperature and heat are the same thing? Say yes.
Yes.
So you think that temperature and heat is the same thing? Awang.
Uh, yes.
How about everyone else? Others? Yes or no? Temperature and heat, is it the same thing or no? Okay, someone said no.
No.
Okay, no. Others? No. No. Okay, so most of you said no. Okay. Alright, thank you for the response. Okay, in today's class, we are going to see the differences between temperature and heat. So, temperature and heat is actually a different thing. Okay, it is a different thing, but they are highly related. Very much related. That's why sometimes we mistaken temperature and heat as the same thing, but it is not the same thing. Alright, so let's see the meaning in Malay first. Okay, what does temperature means in Malay?
Suhu.
Suhu, good. Suhu. How about heat? Haba or panas? We got two different answer there. Heat is haba or panas? Jeng jeng jeng. Okay, good. So heat is haba. Good. Thank you. So we are going to see between temperature and heat. We are going to see the differences between suhu dan haba. Adakah suhu dan haba ni berbeza, tetapi mereka saling berkait dengan sangat rapat. Sebab tu kadang-kadang ada yang salah faham. Dia ingat suhu tu sama dengan haba. Kemudian kita akan relatekan juga dengan panas yang kawan awak cakap tadi. Kenapa ada kaitan dengan panas? Okay, so let's start. Okay, heat versus temperature. Okay, apakah sebenarnya heat? Apakah sebenarnya temperature? Okay, heat tulis balik is haba. Manakala temperature adalah suhu. We go one by one. So heat is a form of energy. Heat adalah salah satu bentuk tenaga. Okay, so bila salah satu bentuk tenaga, it can flow. And usually, heat flows from hotter region to colder region. Haba selalu bergerak daripada kawasan yang panas kepada kawasan yang sejuk. Kenapa? Dekat hotter region has higher heat. Okay, heat. While at colder region, we got less heat. That is why heat always flows from hotter region to colder region. And heat also have various resources, various sources. Various means pelbagai. Ada pelbagai sumber haba. Sumber haba adalah yang pertama sekali adalah our sun. Okay, haba juga boleh keluar daripada electrical appliances. Okay, ataupun daripada burning of fuel ataupun apa-apa yang boleh ada banyaklah sources of heat. Haba. Okay, kaitan haba dengan temperature adalah apabila haba tinggi, temperature akan semakin menaik. Apabila haba menurun, temperature akan semakin menurun. Itu adalah kaitan di antara heat dan temperature. Apa pula temperature? So, temperature is suhu. A measure. Dia adalah satu pengiraan. Dia mengira apa? Pengiraan degree of hotness, mengira kepanasan ataupun coldness, kesejukan sesuatu objek. Okay, so suhu ni dia menunjukkan, dia mengira kepanasan atau kesejukan sesuatu objek. Tapi haba tadi adalah tenaga tu. Tenaga yang menyebabkan sesuatu benda jadi panas atau sejuk. Okay, suhu tu bukan menyebabkan sesuatu tu panas atau sejuk. Dia hanyalah pengiraan ataupun numbers. Okay. So temperature, suhu akan increase in a hot environment while dia akan decrease in cold environment. Suhu ni dia tidak bergerak. Okay, dia tak bergerak. Dia boleh menaik atau menurun sahaja. Kalau panas, maksudnya suhu tinggi. Kalau menurun, maksudnya suhu rendah. Haba tadi dia boleh bergerak daripada tempat panas ke tempat sejuk. Dan suhu is measured using thermometer. Suhu ni diukur menggunakan thermometer. So from this slide, can you see the differences between heat and temperature?
Yes.
Yes, good. Do you got any question? No. If there are no question, I want to ask you a question. Kan tadi ada kawan awak cakap, heat tu panas. Heat boleh, so I want to ask you, heat ni related to panas ataupun sejuk, ataupun heat ni boleh panas dan sejuk? Siapa boleh jawab? Siapa boleh jawab? Panas only. Boleh panas dan sejuk, panas only. Okay. So heat usually related very much with panas because waktu panas there are very much heat energy. Okay, sebab tu panas. Okay, sejuk maksudnya there are less or no heat energy. That's why sejuk. Boleh faham? So heat usually related to panas.
Boleh.
Okay, yes, good. Heat usually related to panas because heat adalah sesuatu energi yang menyebabkan sesuatu kawasan tu panas. So kalau sejuk, meaning there are no heat or less heat energy there. Sebab tu selalunya heat dia dikaitkan dengan panas. That's why Ashley tadi cakap heat maksudnya panas. Okay, thank you. So this is picture of a spaghetti. Kita nak masak spaghetti, kita rendamkan di dalam hot boiling temperature. So kat hot boiling water, sorry. So dekat sini the temperature of the water is high. How about the heat energy? How about the heat energy here? High or low?
High.
High as
Also.
well. Good. Okay, right now we have juices that are covered with ice. So how about the heat energy here? Low. Okay, good.
Low.
Good. Low or last. How about the temperature? Sorry.
Also low.
Also low. Good. Okay. So when they are low heat energy, the temperature is also low. When they are high heat energy, the temperature will also increase or high in temperature. Good. So here is the summary of the differences between heat and temperature. So heat is a form of energy, and energy can be measured in joule. The unit for energy is joule, and the unit is capital letter J. So the amount of heat depends on the amount of heat in something depends on the type of material, whether the material can conduct heat ataupun the material can absorb heat. Okay, it depends on the type of material. It also depends on the quantity of the material. If the material is banyak ataupun sedikit. Okay, depends on the material tersebut. Mungkin dia boleh simpan heat lebih banyak, mungkin dia boleh simpan heat yang lebih sedikit. And also depends on the temperature. While temperature is the degree of hotness or coolness, adalah tahap kepanasan ataupun kesejukan sesuatu objek, and is usually measured in degree Celsius or Kelvin. Okay, but the SI unit for temperature is Kelvin. Okay, standard international standard unit for temperature is actually Kelvin. Cumanya kita usually in Malaysia we use degree Celsius. And temperature depends on the degree of movement of the particles in the matter. Meaning, if the particles in the matter move rapidly, temperature will increase. If the movement of particles in a container move very slow, then the temperature decrease. Okay, and it also depends on heat. Okay, until here, do you understand? Do you have any question?
Boleh understand, cikgu.
Okay, good. How about others? Alright, if there are no more questions, we are going to the next subtopic. The next subtopic, which is 3 different ways that heat flows, 9.2. Okay, before we learned that heat can flow, right? Heat can flow, and heat flow from hot region to low region. Low pula, cold region. Meaning from hot things to cold things, okay? And heat can flow. Tu beza dia dengan temperature tadi. Temperature tak boleh flow. Temperature can only increase or decrease. Okay, so there are 3 ways. Ada 3 cara untuk heat dipindahkan ataupun heat bergerak. There are 3 ways. And you have to learn the differences between those 3 ways. Okay, heat always flow from hot to cold. So if this ice cream is cold, okay, so this surrounding is hot. The surrounding between the ice cream is hot. So heat will flow from hot to cold, making the ice melt. Okay, making the ice melt. Because when heat flows from hot region to cold region, okay, dekat sini pun dah start jadi hot. Okay, dia start jadi hot, so the ice melts. Okay, sama juga dalam keadaan ini. Okay, from hot to cold. This is a hot kettle. This is a colder environment. So the heat from the hot kettle will flow to the cold region. So lama kelamaan kettle ni akan jadi cold. Okay, sebab heat dia dah dibebaskan. Heat tu dah flow ke tempat lain yang lebih sejuk. So how does heat flow? There are 3 ways. First, we call as conduction. Second, through convection. While third is through radiation. Okay, we will go through these 3 methods one by one. You have to know the differences as well. First, let us see conduction. So conduction means the heat flows through a medium and the medium is solid. The process of heat transfer, okay, heat is always transferred from hot regions to cold region through a solid medium. So bila heat tu ditransfer menggunakan solid medium, it is called the heat is being transferred through conduction. Okay, kekonduksian. The particles that receive heat energy, okay, satu particles dalam solid tu akan receive heat energy and will vibrate and collide with one another more frequently and transfer the heat to the whole medium. Okay, contohnya macam ni lah. Kita panaskan api dekat periuk tu, so bawah periuk yang menerima heat. Kemudian particles dekat periuk yang paling bawah akan vibrates and collide dengan the next one. Okay, vibrate and collide dengan next one and next one and next one sampailah keseluruhan periuk itu menjadi panas. So that is called conduction because it is transferred through a solid medium. Can you name one example selain daripada periuk? Boleh tak? Can you name one things that bagi, yes, good, spoon. Lagi, can you name more example that shows conduction of heat? Tin, good. What are others? Conduction. Cerek, yes, okay, good, betul. Others? Iron, yes, good as well. Pan, yes, good. Steel plate, steel, S-T-E-E-L awal. Okay, but let's try, yes, good. Others? Do we have any more examples? Pot, yes, good. Anything, good. Fork, teacup, good. Okay, bagus everyone. So, everything that transfer heat from solid medium, so the heat is transferred through conduction method. So, heat tu daripada kawasan yang panas akan pergi ke kawasan yang lebih sejuk. Good. Next one is convection. Okay, convection pun adalah transfer of heat juga, but the transfer of heat happens by the movement of fluid. And fluid consists of liquid and gas. So meaning, if the heat is being transferred melalui udara ataupun liquid, okay, so the heat is being transferred using convection method. From hotter regions to colder regions. Sama, mesti from hotter regions to colder regions. Okay, this is what the diagram shows. Okay, the red arrow is hot fluid while the yellow arrow is cold fluid. Okay, but before you learn about convection, you have to know that when the fluid particles is hot, they expand and they become less dense. So they usually rise. They usually naik ke atas. Okay? When liquid and gas particles are hot, they will expand and they become less dense. Sampailah bila dia jadi less dense, kurang ketumpatan, sampailah dia naik ke atas. They will move upwards. While when the liquid or gas particles are cold, they become more dense. Okay, dia menjadi lebih tumpat. So when they become more dense, they will move downwards. And this is how heat is being transferred using convection because the fluid, the liquid or gas moves. Okay, yang mana panas naik atas, yang mana sejuk turun bawah. So they constantly moves and they brings the heat energy with them. Okay. So the circulating stream that rise and falls continuously is known as convection current. Okay, if we can see here dalam this kuali, okay, the liquid particles near the heat source, okay, near the fire, they becomes hot first, right? Dia menjadi panas dulu sebab dia paling dekat dengan haba. So when they become hot, they become less dense. Mereka menjadi kurang tumpat. So when they are less dense, dia akan naik ke atas. So what happen? Bila mereka naik ke atas, the cold one akan turun ke bawah. Okay, because the cold particles are more dense. Okay, so when they are more dense, dia akan turun ke bawah. So what happen then? Yang cold tu akan jadi hot, kemudian dia naik balik. Yang cold tadi turun bawah akan jadi hot, kemudian dia naik balik. So mereka menjadi circulate, okay? So kalau tak panas, kalau sejuk turun bawah, panas naik atas balik, sejuk turun bawah, panas naik atas balik, macam tu. So that is how heat is being transferred. Sampailah kesemuanya menjadi panas. Okay, sampailah every liquid there menjadi panas. Okay, sampailah dia reach their boiling point. So that is convection current. Convection ni, we can, one of the example of convection is aircon. Who's got aircon at in their house? Siapa ada aircon dekat rumah? Tak ada. No. Okay lah, tak apa. But everyone pernah guna aircon dekat maktab, betul? Have you used aircon before? Dekat maktab?
Yes.
Alright, dekat maktab pernah. Dekat mana awak tengok aircon tu? Aircon selalu duduk dekat atas atau dekat bawah? Pernah tak awak jumpa aircon dia letak dekat bawah? Tak pernah, right? Okay, why? Kenapa kita selalu letak aircon dekat atas? There are reasons. Okay, the reason is because heat is being transferred using convection. Okay, katakan kita letak aircon dekat atas ni kan. Okay, this is aircon. So, aircon mengeluarkan udara apa? Udara yang panas atau udara yang sejuk?
Sejuk.
Udara yang sejuk. So, macam yang kita belajar tadi, udara yang sejuk, dia akan menjadi more dense. Dan bila dia jadi more dense, dia akan bergerak ke mana?
Ke bawah.
Good. Dia akan turun ke bawah. Sebab tu awak rasa aircon. Sebab the cold gas particles akan turun ke bawah. Kemudian dia sampai dekat awak. Awak pun mengeluarkan haba melalui pernafasan and everything. So, awak punya haba yang dikeluarkan oleh awak, the hot fluid, the hot gas akan pergi ke mana? Oh, ni kata awak. Awak. Okay, awak keluarkan haba. So, the hot fluid akan pergi ke atas. So, this is also example of convection. Okay, aircon ni pun ambil baliklah udara awak ni, dia pun tukar balik pada sejuk, kemudian sejuk turun bawah balik. Kemudian yang panas ni atas balik, sejuk turun bawah balik, panas ni atas balik dan seterusnya. That is why kalau kita letak aircon dekat bawah, terus turun bawah lah semua. Okay, awak tak rasa? Kalau awak duduk dekat sini, awak akan rasa panas sebab udara panas naik ke atas. Boleh faham?
Boleh.
Good.
Cikgu,
Yes?
macam mana yang Aiskrim yang digoreng. Kenapa yang dalam tu tak cair juga?
Okay,
Boleh,
if you are talking about ice cream goreng, okay, sebenarnya ice cream goreng digoreng dalam keadaan yang sangat cepat. Okay, kenapa? Sebab, okay macam ni. The ice cream is enclosed with something, selalunya dengan roti, betul? Dia akan ditutup dengan roti, betul? Betul tak? Ice cream goreng
Betul.
ditutup dengan roti kan? Okay. So, roti tu sebenarnya menghalang daripada menghalang sedikit lah. Dia halang sikit je, tak dapat halang total. Dia halang sikit daripada udara luar yang panas untuk masuk ke dalam aiskrim yang sejuk. Okay. So, bila awak goreng, dia kan goreng dalam keadaan yang sangat sekejap lah. Goreng sekejap and then keluarkan. Sebab apabila awak goreng dengan lama pun, aiskrim tu akan tetap cair. Aiskrim goreng kalau awak biarkan lama pun aiskrim tu masih akan tetap cair. Dia hanya memperlahankan perpindahan haba daripada panas ke sejuk. Tu sahaja sebenarnya. Boleh faham awak?
Boleh.
Okay, good. Good question. Ada question? Ada question class? No. Okay, good. So we will proceed. The next one is heat can also... Sorry? Siapa tadi? Siapa yang bercakap tadi? No more? Tak ada Can I proceed? Boleh
Boleh.
Okay. So the last one, the next ways heat can be transferred is through radiation. Radiation is special because radiation means the heat transfer without any medium. Without any medium maksudnya kalau tak ada particles di tengah-tengah tu pun, okay, let's say this is sun, let's say this is sun ataupun torchlight ke apa ke kan yang boleh mengeluarkan haba. This one is you, let's say. So the heat can be transferred to you without any particles dekat tengah-tengah ni. No particles pun tak kisah. The heat can also be transferred. This is called radiation. Okay, maksudnya the heat boleh di transfer through empty space ataupun through vacuum. Melalui vacuum pun heat boleh di transfer. Bukan vacuum yang vacuum rumah, pembersih rumah tu bukan. Vacuum meaning tak ada particles langsung dekat dalam tu. Okay, air pun tak ada, apa pun tak ada. Okay, dalam keadaan vacuum pun heat can be transferred and it is called radiation. The type of surface, temperature and total surface area of an object will influence the rate of the heat flow. Okay, cumanya kadar pergerakan heat tu bergantung kepada permukaan objek tersebut yang menerima dia, temperature sekeliling dan juga keluasan objek tersebut untuk menerima haba tersebut. Cuma yang one thing that you should know that radiation is transfer of heat without any medium, tanpa ada apa-apa medium. So that is all. Heat can flow from three ways: conduction, meaning through solid medium; convection, through liquid or through gas medium; and radiation, with no medium. Okay, so heat can be transferred from these three methods. And that is all for our class today. Do you have any more question, class? Macam mana dengan air yang bawah tanah? Kan air dia sejuk tapi bawah tanah kan ada temperature yang tinggi. Bawah tanah ada temperature yang tinggi kalau dia dekat dengan kalau dia dekat dengan macam ni. Air bawah tanah tu tak sampai lagi bahagian bumi yang core. Bahagian kan kita ada different layers of earth. Okay, air bawah tanah tu hanyalah the first layer dekat luar. Bukan lagi kat bawah-bawah-bawah. So that's why dia masih boleh sejuk. Sebab dia tidak menerima apa-apa haba lagi. Air daripada kolam air panas menjadi panas disebabkan kawasan takungan dia dekat dengan kawasan dekat dengan yang ada source of heat. Tapi air bawah tanah yang jauh daripada source of heat, dia jadi sejuk. Boleh, Oshin? Kita ada belajar tentang air, air kolam air panas waktu tingkatan 1 tahun lepas. Boleh, Oshin? Any more question? Any more question, guys? No more question. Okay, for participation marks, my question. Okay, so if there are no more questions, as usual, I will give you quizzes. You have 2 quizzes for today's lesson. I will give you 2 links with 2 game code. Please do that, both of them. Screenshot and upload your score in your WhatsApp group. And you may leave this Google Meet after you write down your class and names in the chat box. And I will see you next class. Thank you very much.